Prabhupada would take breakfast in his quarters, I would bring his plates back to the servants' quarters, which were down the hall, and I would clean his plates from there, transfer all of the remaining prasadam to distribute. And I took the orange rinds that he had eaten, which was the very first piece of Mahaprasadam I ever had from Srila Prabhupada back in August of '72, was an orange rind. I had taken and I ate the whole rind because it was Mahaprasadam. But now I was a servant, and I took the orange rind and I threw it into the can. I had a little trash can that I had in there. And I distributed the prasadam. And it was later on in the morning, I was beginning to prepare his lunch. I had my own little refrigerator there, a little 2-burner stove right in the servants' quarters. So I was getting everything ready. I was cutting vegetables. I had a little board. It was probably a 1x12 and about 4 foot long, and it was on 2 cinder blocks. This was the kitchen, and a 2-burner gas stove that had been disconnected, I guess, from gas heat that was in the room, and then connected a gas stove. So I was beginning to prepare his lunch, cutting vegetables. And Srila Prabhupada, as he would do many times, he would go out of his room like in the morning, late morning, and he would walk back and forth in his quarters there and chant. And so he was walking, passing through the hallway. So he walked by, and he saw me cutting vegetables, and he saw the orange rind trash can. Well, that was it. He just jumped all over me. He just kept saying, he said, "What is this?" He said, "This smoochie thing," he said, "you have sitting there in the can." He said, "You are preparing lunch," he said, "for the deities, and you have in the can eaten orange." And I didn't have time, could not say anything. And there's one thing I never did was say anything to Srila Prabhupada when he was yelling at me. And he said, "Do they do this down in the deity kitchen?" He said, "They have garbage in the can," he said, "and at the same time they're preparing for the deity. Do they do that downstairs?" I said, "No, Srila." "So, but you are doing it up here?" He said, "You are so moochy." He said, and he kept saying over and over again, he said, "You are so moochy." He said, "You are malecha." He said, "How can you do this?" So anyway, this went on for approximately 5 minutes. And it wasn't at this time, but a later time where Prabhupada was he was arguing with me. And he would say that, he would say, "So why do you do this?" And I would say, "I'm just a fool." And at the one time he said to me, he said, "You are no fun," he said, "to argue with." He said, "because you never fight back." They were doing a fire yajna. And it was Vrindavan temple or something. The temple had already been established, but they were doing a fire yajna. And one of these, it was one of Srila Prabhupada's godbrothers, who was in the middle of the fire yajna. And he leaned over to Prabhupada and said, "Srila Prabhupada, they're doing it all wrong. They're doing it all wrong." And Prabhupada leaned back and he looked at him very calmly and said, "That's all that is right." We were taking an interior flight on Air India, and we got on the plane, and while everyone was getting seated, we were sitting down, and the music very loud. It was Indian classical music, sitar and tabla. And I'm sitting down, and Prabhupada's sitting next to me. He said, "So," he said, "Do you like this music?" And I just looked at him, and I thought, this is a trick question or something. It's like, because it was nice music, and I thought, but this is not Krishna conscious music. This is Maya, So I just stopped, and I didn't say. And I didn't even answer him. I just didn't have the ability to answer him because I hated to be wrong. This was part of my difficulty. I could never answer honestly because I didn't want to say the wrong thing. And so finally he said, "Very nice music." He said, then of course I was, "Yes, Srila Prabhupada, this is very nice music." But I didn't want to be in that position of saying the wrong thing. And that's probably why I didn't say too much while I was with Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada was very sick in Vrindavan. And that time our party was traveling in North India. In fact, we were in Badrik Ashram when we heard Prabhupada was getting more sick. We rushed back to Vrindavan. And soon upon our arrival there, we were allowed to go into conscious darshan.
spent quite some time with him. He was lying on bed for months. He was on the bed. But he seemed very enthusiastic to hear the Sankirtan reports. He would inquire, so which book is selling the most? And, what is your daily collection? As we had just returned from Bhakti-ashram, in a humorous way, I mentioned to Prabhupada that Srila Prabhupada, we presented your Bhagavad Gita as it is to Srila Vyasadeva. Because in Bhadrikashram there's a cave of Srila Vyasadeva and he's supposed to be residing there. We had visited the cave. Of course, we did not see him. We were carrying Bhagavad Gita. We imagined that Srila Vyasadeva saw it. So we said, we presented Bhagavad Gita to Srila Vyasadeva.
On so many occasions, Prabhupada gave me things. One in particular I can remember was very funny. Was after I was married, had a child, and I became Prabhupada's servant. I was traveling with him. So my son now, Mayapur Chandra, is about 6 months old, and we were in Los Angeles. And Prabhupada called me in his room, and he said, call Nanda Kumar. I want to see him. So I went and I found him. He was in the community. And a few minutes later, we came back and we both went into the room, made our obeisances, and Nanda Kumar came in. So I was about to get up and leave. He said, no, he said, sit down. So he said, get me my white bag. For Prabhupada's white bag, this of course something else that was very special. When Prabhupada traveled, he had his luggage, we had our luggage, and then he had his white bag. Well, Prabhupada's white bag is where he kept all his very important effects, whether they be bank books, for Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, Mayapur Vrindavan Trust, his personal effects, everything that was on his desk, his pens were given to him. He might have a gold cross pen given by a disciple, his tilak mirror container, silver. So that was all in this bag. And some money that he would keep. Sometimes he would always keep a little bit of money with him. And he said, so get me this white bag. So I got the white bag and I brought it back into his room. We were sitting there and he went into his white bag and he took out a $50 bill and he gave it to Nanda Kumar. And he took out another one and he gave it to me. He said, these are for your children, he said. And Nanda Kumar immediately, of course, was like, no, Srila Prabhupada. He said, I can't take this from you. And Prabhupada said, it's not for you. We said it's for your son. Immediately stopped the objection, which Prabhupada was very good at. If he wanted to stop an objection from someone, he could stop it very quickly. One time there was a little boy who came up to Srila Prabhupada to get a flower. And there's a famous picture. And the little boy is standing there. And he's a little boy, he's about 5 or maybe younger. And he had a little shaved head with a seeker and everything. His name was Janaka. He was in Australia. And Prabhupada wouldn't let the flower go. He had the flower there in his hand, and the boy came to get the flower, and Prabhupada wouldn't let the flower go. And the boy had the flower, and Prabhupada had the flower, and the boy realized that everybody was looking at him, and he didn't know what to do. Should he just release his grip and go? He wanted the flower, but he didn't know if he should grab it, and Prabhupada knew that, and he was holding it, and he was watching that boy, this very playful grin on his face, and so he eventually gave the boy the flower. It was just a playful moment.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
I was massaging him. This was in Bhaktivedanta manner.
Okay. Now time for Japa. So would any participant like to volunteer to be the Japa leader? Please raise your hand. Okay, we have. Okay, so okay, we'll have Yadav, 5 years old. Okay, So everybody, please get your feedback out. And thank you, Yadav, for volunteering. I just unmuted you.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready to start.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Yada, for leading that really beautiful japa. I really liked how you chant, so focused, so nice. But unfortunately, if you didn't finish your round, any of the participants, maybe you can finish after the Sanga because we have to keep going with the schedule. So thank you and sorry, Yada. Okay, so the next activity is the drama. So usually for a Purushottam challenge, we had one person reading the whole story. This time we have many different characters. So we have 13 roles. So please raise your hand if you would like to be one of the characters and to read. And then what we're going to do is, okay, I'm going to suggest, call out your name and suggest a role for you. And if you're okay with this role, please put your thumbs up. It'll be easier if, it'll make it easier if we are not so picky with who will be, because then it might take a long time. So, but I hope everybody will be happy. And okay, so I think we have 13 hands up. Okay, so let's see. Aradhita, would you like to be Srimati Radharani? Please put your hand up. I mean your thumbs up if you're okay with this choice. And if you are, please rename your name to Radharani. I showed in the beginning, remember on the top of the corner, there's 3 dots. So when we call out your name of the character, please change your name to the character. So Aradhita, if you're okay with being Srimati Radharani, then Priya Parma, for the narrator, please put up thumbs up if you're okay with that. Then Radhika, if you could be Ganga Devi. So, okay, Jayantika, you could be Lalita Devi. Okay. Now Bhavana, if you could be Mother Yamuna. So Bhavana.
Gaurangi, 1 second.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now I see their hands raising, but sometimes happen that they are raising the hand in the video, but they are not raising the hand on Zoom app. So just in case, we'll let you know. But I saw Ambika Rao was raising hand, and I see now that they have their. Okay.
Okay. So whoever called out, like Radhika, Jayantika, please rename your name so that you're the character, so that I don't like that, like Shrimati Radharani. Okay, thank you. Like it makes it easier for us. Okay, then we have Manvi Chu. If you could be Aristasura. Okay. Let's see. Vrinda and Prema Sindhu. Okay, so it's both of you. So both of you can be Saraswati and Sindhu. So Vrinda and Prema Sindhu. Okay, now we have Bhavya. You can be Vishaka Devi. Darthi, Krishna. If you could please be Krishna. Okay, we have 2 more rows. Okay, so we have, okay. Ambika Rao. If you could be Tunga Vidya. And Rituparna. You could be Chitra. So Chitra Devi. And we have 1 more. So I would like to apologize for those of you that if you were leading last time, that's why we're trying to give others the opportunity. But okay, and we need 1 more to be the river representative. So we have Rianch. You can be the river representative. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat the names, and I can see many of you have already changed your names. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have we have Aristasura is Manvi, Krishna, Darthi, Radharani, Aradhita, Lalita, Jayantika, Vishaka, Bhavya, Tuka Vidya, Ambika, Chitra, Rituparna, Ganga, Radhika, Yamuna, Bhavana, Saraswati, Vrinda, and Sindhu, Prema Sindhu, and river representative Rianch. So thank you so much. We have our characters ready. And what you're going to do is when you see the slide, you can, we're going to unmute you. Yeah, so if Karuna and Achindepriya, if you could help me, please. Okay, so if you're not speaking, if it's not your turn, please put your mic on mute so that, because if it's too many mics, then we will not be able to hear properly, and maybe there's something going on in the background in your home.
Mataji, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to unmute all of you, but then once we do that, you'll be able to unmute yourself when it is your turn. But okay, so now we're going to unmute all of you, and then when it's your turn, to unmute yourself. Okay? I hope everybody. Okay. So you'll be able to unmute yourself when it's your turn. Okay, so let's start. Okay, narrator, please. You can unmute yourself. Okay, where's our
No, Mataji,
narrator?
actually you have sent the request. So if I mute myself, I won't be able to unmute myself. Mataji.
No, we turn on the settings so that you can unmute yourself.
Okay, Mataji.
Okay, I think the narrator is the only person I forgot to write down. Chinta Priya or who's the narrator? Is the only person I forgot to write.
It's Priya Padma.
Okay, so Ria Padma. Oh, I can't find
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I cannot find as well.
Okay, so okay.
Okay, I found her, but she's without the video. Priya Padma?
Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
You're the narrator, so please, whenever you see on the screen, please unmute yourself and you can start reading.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Muthu Krishnan. Yeah, Muthu Krishnan.
Okay. Priya Padma.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Would you like to read?
Would you like to read? You're for the narrator.
And on Govardhan killed the Favor's demo. Aristos had assumed the to Krishna. Kamsa was hesitant to have Krishna killed
Priya,
and
hi, folks.
sensed.
Sorry, Priya Padma.
Yeah,
It seems like your audio, it's not very good. So we apologize. Maybe for next Sanga, if you could arrange it, and we'll give this role to someone else because we can't hear you properly. Sorry.
there was Shyama was raising the hand. Shyama Priya, would you like to be the narrator?
You can put a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Good.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
Start.
Okay. So let's do this.
Okay.
One day on Govardhan Hill, the ferocious demon Aristasura had assumed the form of a bull to kill Krishna. King Kamsa was desperate to have Krishna killed, and since Krishna's birth, he never stopped in his attempt to have Krishna destroyed. Putana, Bakasura, Agasura, and many other demons were slain. Thinking Aristasura was very powerful, Kamsa ordered him to kill Krishna.
Manvi.
Today I will prove to be the most powerful demon, the demon who killed Krishna.
When Aristasura entered Vrindavana, the whole land appeared to tremble as if there was an earthquake. The fearful roaring of the bull was so piercing that the gopis were embracing the tamil trees as it reminded them of Krishna. He was so fearful that just on seeing this demon, men, women, and all other animals fled the village.
Bharti?
You lowest of creatures, why are you fighting the residents of Vrindavan? I will fight you and kill you.
In this way, Krishna challenged the demon and made the demon very angry by his words. Aristasura ran towards Krishna in anger. Digging the earth with his hooves, Aristasura lifted his tail and pointing his horns at Krishna. He charged towards him. Krishna caught his horns and immediately threw him to the ground and killed this ferocious demon. After slaying Aristasura, Krishna returned to see the gopis of Vrindavana, who had become scared by the demon's angry roaring.
Oh, my dear gopis, let us perform a rasa dance. I have destroyed the demon, so he will not be a disturbance. Please do not fear. Krishna tries to place him arm around Srimati Radharani.
Krishna, don't touch us now, O killer of a bull.
Oh, and why not?
Well, you have just killed a bull, and the scriptures consider a bull to be our father.
True, but the bull was really a demon.
Kavya?
Mataji's screen is not visible to me.
Okay, well, maybe it's something with your computer because everyone else can see the screen. I think so. Maybe while you fix that, I'll just read Vishaka's line. Can you see it now?
No, Mataji.
Okay, maybe somebody else can be Vishaka for today.
Yours is there.
Okay.
You don't. You can take.
I'll be Vishaka for today then. Okay. Unless somebody I can't. Okay.
Sanskar was raising.
Okay.
his-
Okay. Then yes.
So you're Vishaka Sanskar. Is that okay? You can read.
It doesn't matter. He still had a bull's body, which is transitory holy.
You have committed a terrible sin.
Yes, I have.
Krishna.
Rituparna?
He's muted.
Absolutely. You are very contaminated now.
Then what should I do?
You should purify. You should purify yourself for your sin.
Purify myself? But how?
I think you should bathe in every holy river in the world.
Sanga. It's good.
I am Sri Ganga Mata. My dear Lord, how may I serve you?
Oh, I think we skipped on. It's Vishaka and then Krishna line.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Now the screen is visible.
Okay.
Chalo.
You can read. Vishaka?
Unmute there, Bhavya.
Yes. Okay. I think
Mataji, now shall I read?
Yes, yes, please.
okay. Every single holy river.
But that'll take too long.
Every
I have a
single
better idea.
holy
But that'll take too long. I have a better idea. I will bring the rivers here. You all just watch. Oh, holy rivers, please come here at once.
In a few seconds, the personified forms of the every sacred river appeared there, standing with their palms folded and their heads bowed. The men were bare-chested but decked in rich dhotis, whereas the women were wearing luxurious saris.
We did not see. You describe. How do we know they are actually the holy rivers personified?
Radhika?
I am Sri Ganga Mata, my dear Lord. How may I serve you?
I am the river Yamuna. You have called me, and I have immediately come to serve you, your lotus feet.
I am Saraswati. It is our great fortune that you have called us and that we can take your darshan.
I am Sindhu. Please tell us for what reason you have called us. We will do whatever you ask.
Narrator? Shamapriya?
Then the hole that Krishna made with his heel suddenly expanded into a vast hollow, and all the personified rivers gladly entered it, each manifesting his or her own waterfall. It was now a beautiful, inviting holy pond. Krishna descended and splashed it up to his neck, submerged his head several times, and climbed out, drying his dark, glistening body with his hands.
Well, now I am completely pure. You don't have to worry anymore. But look at all of you.
What about us?
You are all impure.
The impure one is now telling us that we are impure. Ah, Krishna, what are you saying? What you are saying has no sense.
They didn't touch the bull. You did. How can you say we are impure?
True, but you have never performed any religious activities for Lord Brahma's pleasure that makes you impure.
All right, if we are impure, then we'll become pure. We'll make an even better kunda than Krishna's, and we will bathe in it. Follow me. We shall have the Kunda here next to Krishna's.
Let's start digging with our bangles and form a kunda.
You can fill it up with the holy water from my pond, Shamakunda.
Your pond is contaminated. When you bathed in it, you left your bull-killing sin there. I don't want that in my pond.
Then where will you get the holy river?
From the nearby Manasi Ganga lake. We are thousands of gopis, so we can surely bring enough pots to fill the kunda.
Krishna wanted to spare Radharani and her Sakis the heavy labor of carrying thousands of hot waters from there to here. So he gestured to his pond. Suddenly, a male representing all holy rivers burst from it. With tears in his eyes, he folded his palms, bowed his head to the ground before Radharani and devotedly prayed to her. Radharani's mood changed from playful to serious. She could see that he was approaching her for some sacred purpose.
Lord Krishna wishes to make sure that when you are tired, you can refresh yourself with our waters. That would make him very happy. As soon as Krishna ordered us, we came here to live in this pond. But we all have a desire, and only if you are pleased with us can it be fulfilled.
Radhakunda,
Oh,
Shamakunda.
is it?
Too big.
Yeah.
Very, very big.
Do you know why?
Aradhita?
Yes. Right?
Radharani?
All right, please come.
At that moment, all the holy rivers in Shamakunda broke through its boundary and quickly flowed into and filled Radharani's pond.
My dear Radharani, may your pond become even more famous than mine. I will always come here to bath and to enjoy water sports. Indeed, this pond is, is as dear to me as you.
So much to it.
And I, with my Sakhis, will also bathe in your pond. Even if you kill hundreds of Arishta-suras here, and anyone who, with intense devotion, bathes in my pond or resides on its banks, will surely become very dear to me.
Krishna and the gopis formed a circle and began their rasa dance. He resembled
And
a
dear to
rain
me
cloud.
also.
Krishna,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah, Krishna.
Yes.
And dear to me also, I will certainly bless such persons well.
Krishna and the gopis formed a circle and began their rasa dance. He resembled a rain cloud and Radharani a flash of lightning. As they danced, they generated a torrential downpour of transcendental joy. From that night on, Radharani's pond would be called Radhakunda and Krishna's Shamakunda. And anyone who would bathe even once in her pond or perform devotional service on its banks would, by her mercy, develop pure love for Krishna. Thus, Radhakunda is known as the most exalted pilgrimage spot in the world.
Haribol, Shri Shri Radhakund Shamakund ki jai.
Yeah.
So on Monday, I think it's, or at least here in Mayapur, in India, on Monday we're celebrating the appearance of Radhakund, if I'm not wrong. I hope so. And so this was the pastime, and it's a really, really special holy place. So yes, thank you so much for reading with us. And now we'd like to know who would like to volunteer to lead the Damodarastakam prayers. If you were not, okay, I'm going to, so please raise your hand if you would like to lead the Damodarastakam prayers.
If there is someone that didn't participate on the reading, it would be better, so we give opportunity to everyone. So those who already participate, if you can, lower your hands and
Okay. Yeah, I've put everybody's hands down. So now, because I think it's still from the drama, so if you would like to lead the Damodarastakam, please put up your hand.
So I see Jaisri. Would you like to sing Damodarastakam? Thumbs up if you would like. Great.
Okay. So yes, we'll unmute you, Jaisri. And
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, can you give us some time? I just want to set the place.
Yes, everyone can prepare the lamps for offer.
okay. So let us know when you're ready, and everybody, please prepare your lamps, and you can offer to the picture of Radha Damodar, or if you have deities at home, also. So, okay.
Okay, they are ready.
Okay. Yes, let's start.
Namami Shwaram Satyavati Muni ki jai.
Evil.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna
so
Mataji.
much, Jayashree. That you have such a beautiful voice, and I really, really enjoyed that Damodarastakam singing. Thank you. And I can see, is it your brother playing mridanga? It was so nice. We all loved it. Thank you so much. It was very beautiful. I'm sure others also enjoy. I could see others dancing and clapping their hands and moving. So thank you so much. So now for our last thing we're going to do is we'll sharing time. So because of the time, we'll only have time for 3 of you. So before that, if you want to share a video of you singing or pictures of you doing the Damodara Fun Month activities, please post on our Facebook event, a Facebook group, and like our Facebook page. Don't forget to download your preaching trackers and also write your reports. And yes, also sign up for a slot if you would like to sing a kirtan. So thank you so much. Next Sanga, next Saturday, the 14th of November. Okay, so now we have opportunity for 3. Okay, so we have, okay, Seshadri, would you like to share, please? I unmuted you.
Okay. Say Haribol. I cannot hear you. Seshadri?
Okay, we'll come back to you. We can't hear you. Okay. We have, okay, Muthu Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Haribol, Muthu
Please, I am
Krishna.
Damodarastakam.
I am Damodarastakam. Namami Swaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gogule Sada Piyana Kututya
Thank you, Muthu Krishna. Thank you for sharing the first verse of the Damodarastakam. Okay.
Adri has another device. Let's try.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Haribol.
Mataji, this is Seshadri Mataji.
Yes.
Daily I am offering ghee lamp to deities.
Very
Daily
nice.
I am offering ghee lamp to deities and I am singing Damodarastakam Mataji. Damodarastakam and Jagannathastakam Mataji. Mataji, can I sing Damodarastakam first paragraph?
Okay, sure. The first,
Okay,
the first paragraph.
Namavishwaram Sachidanandarupam Dasat Kundalam Gokule Rajamanam Yasodabhiyoro Kaladavamanam Paramrushtamachanta Dokuta Gopya. Read Mataji.
Thank you so much, Seshadri. Okay,
Welcome,
next. Haribol. Okay, we have Daria Madhav.
You are doing daily.
Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Haribol.
You daily do what? Tell Mataji.
I daily do offer Krishna for lamp I offer lamp every day for Krishna. Then
What do you sing?
Then I sing Damodarastakam. Can I sing
Just one paragraph.
just one paragraph?
Okay, sure. One paragraph.
Mute you. Sorry, Bolo.
Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabiyo Lokhaladvavamanam Param Vishtimatyam Tato Dritya Gopya.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Daryamana.
Yesterday I sang on Friday on Facebook.
Yes, I saw your kirtan. I really liked it.
Thank you, Mataji.
It was very sweet. So all of you, I've noticed that many of you want to sing the Damodarastakam. So please sign up on the schedule, and you can sing on our Facebook page for 15 minutes. That's even longer than our Sanga, because in our Sanga we sing for like 10 minutes, but you can sing for 15 minutes. So please sign yourselves up. And so thank you everybody so much for coming to our Sangha. Please tell your friends to join us. We had a really great time with all of you. I'm so happy to see all of your faces, your beautiful smiling Jagannath smiles. And we hope to see you next Saturday. So Haribol, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, today's session is
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.